Abbott! Here's something interesting. You'll notice in this picture with Lou his cigars. If you could see closer, he has freckles. Lou was a man that had freckles. But this bracelet is of interest. This bracelet was welded on his wrist. His son, Lou Costello Jr., drowned tragically in the swimming pool when he was 2. And he called him Butch. And the name Butch is on the bracelet, which was welded onto his wrist. And it was never removed once Butch died in 42. I'm sorry, Butch might have died in 43. I don't know right now, but it was around that era. And it was never removed. And if they wanted to cover that up for a movie, they used flesh-covered material. Hi, Jeff Big Daddy Wayne here. Welcome to my channel, Big Daddy Knows, and trust me, Big Daddy does know. You just saw a picture of my most valuable collectible, which is a 3D photo of Lou Costello from 1954, very, very rare. Now, recently I appeared on Pawn Stars and brought them 2 very, very valuable collectibles in my estimation. I was hoping to talk to Rick Harris, who's a pretty, intriguing guy, and he can talk and he's personable, but unfortunately, I got the other 2, Corey and Chumley, who are nice enough guys, but let's face it, not the brightest bulbs. Anyway, the whole place was very nice to me, all the Pawn Stars team, and those guys were to a degree, but I was a little disappointed with the final product, which was edited, of course, and it made them look good and made me just sort of there to present the product. However, they cut several scenes that I thought were important and funny. The first scene was that they cut was I presented them 2 items, which I'll show you in a minute, which was Lou Costello's personal script for Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, and Bud Abbott and Lou Costello's autograph on the same album page, and each of these items had history behind them. The first thing that Corey said was, this is nothing my 14-year-old brother would buy. I said, well, is that your clientele, 14-year-old boys? Do you sell antique guns and old jewelry and valuable paintings to 14-year-old boys? People laughed, but they cut that out of there. The second thing was that they read the script to Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, or parts of it, and he said, I don't understand this script. They don't go to Mars. They go to the Mardi Gras and they go to Venus. I had to explain to them it was a comedy. It was Abbott and Costello. They then proceeded to read a page of the script and their dead voices with no emotion, no comedy flair. And when they were finished, they said, that's not that funny. I said, not the way you read it. You could read Who's on First and it wouldn't get a laugh. I said, boy, I'd hate to be with you guys when you read Hamlet. Of course, there's no chance of that, and everybody laughed at that. Now I'm going to give to you what happened with the items. First, I'm going to ask for the script. The script. Thank you, Vanna. She has to earn money somehow. This is Lou Costello's personal script from Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. Now you may ask what makes this valuable, besides it being Lou's script and a script from one of their comedies. I will tell you. There is a legend that Abbott and Costello never ever read their scripts. The story was simply explained to them, as were the scenes as they would shoot, and this was presented by Universal to Lou Costello as one was presented to Bud Abbott. Stars in those days would get a Naga hide cover script with their name, as you can see right there, I forgot the word, embossed in gold there. Okay, so they never read their scripts. When I received this collectible and read through it, I realized the myth was not a myth, but the legend was true. This is pristine condition. He never opened a page. Ladies and gentlemen, every actor will read, thumb, dog ear, underline, there's nothing. He never opened it. I probably opened this more than he ever did. Anyway, I thought the story would help make the piece more valuable. Vanna, may I have the second collectible? Thank you, darling. You look stunning today. Now, I put this in an old magazine, but this is actually just an album page with Abbott and Costello's autograph on it. Now you may ask, what makes this valuable besides being just their autographs together? After 1942, Lou Costello would not sign anything except a contract with Bud Abbott's name on it. You presented him an album page with Bud Abbott, he'd say, give me another page. So Lou Costello would sign the middle of the page. Now, why he did that, I don't know. But he did. So to get Bud Abbott and Lou Costello on the same page, you would have Lou sign first, then you would take it to Bud and Bud would sign it. He had no problem signing anything. But as you see, Lou Costello dead center, Bud Abbott at an angle above the top. Once again, reinforcing a legend about Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Neither of these stories were included. I thought they made the items more interesting and more desirable, but once again, everything was edited and cut, and I understand why. Vanna, darling, read the script. You might be going to Mars someday. Vanna White on Mars. They'd line up for that one, wouldn't they, ladies and gentlemen? Now, let me finish up by telling you what happened when their expert came in. They had the expert come on and give his advice. I had a rebuttal, and they cut me. The expert said they're an old comedy team. All their fans are dying. They sign lots of stuff. So it's not that valuable. I countered him. I collect myself. And I believe when somebody's dead, their signature becomes more valuable. It's more rare. Abbott and Costello were a famous comedy team. To have two of them on the same album page is valuable because some people collect like all comedians. So if you want to collect comedians, Abbott and Costello will be collectible. Some people collect the Universal Monsters, and as you know, Bud and Lou met, Abbott and Costello met Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, etc., etc., etc. So the Universal Monsters, which are always popular, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello have a connection to them. Also, who's on first? The gold record is in the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. So if they're a baseball collector, you might want in Bud and Lou for who's on first. So you have famous comedy teams, old movie stars, baseball, Universal Monsters, and these things will grow in time because they become rare and more collectible. Also, I added the fact that DVDs of Bud and Lou are constantly reissued. Their movies, the ones where they meet the monsters, their television show that they did 52 episodes of, and their live shows on Colgate Comedy Hour. So I see this as an ongoing thing. I see it as being more collectible. Of course, they didn't put my rebuttal on there. They made their expert look like an expert. And last but not least, because I didn't sell the product, when I left, they had me ask, they asked me, Jeff, how do you feel about this? I said, you know, Corey and Chumley could go to Mars. I don't care. Abbott and Costello could go to hell. I don't care. I just want to get on TV. I want to become famous like Abbott and Costello. I want to meet Frankenstein. So Pawn Stars, I didn't mind what you did, except one thing really bothered me. The exit shot. They showed me leaving. Walking out. They didn't have to do that. And why did that bother me? It showed my skin yarmulke. Big Daddy Knows. I just showed you I know. Please subscribe to Big Daddy Knows.